Nice ball. Are you keeping your head down? I'm Mike Sullivan. Today we're going to talk about how some bad advice and some bad concepts can lead to some real problems in helping you play good golf. We're going to talk today about a lesson that I had earlier just this morning, and let's take a look at the swing that I saw. So in general, look, we have all these clubs here and impact bags and all that stuff. So here's what I saw earlier today. And then the person told me that their problem is, can you guess what their problem is? Lauren, can you guess what he said his problem was?
That he lifted his head.
That he lifted his head. So he thought that he lifted his head because he hit a ball that rolled along the ground. Okay, and I'm not going to replay the video or anything like that, but what I actually did there was I kept my head down and I failed to transfer weight onto my front foot. So the low end of my swing took place behind the ball, and I topped it. And you can chunk it this way too. So there's a couple different things that really feed into this. One of them is there's this advice where people say, hey, you've got to keep your head down, which is definitely not the advice you want to try to take, because I can tell you really just about no one ever picks their head up. All right. The other one is that intuitively, people grip the club, they hold the club in a way that's going to encourage an open club face. And how does an open club face match up with somebody topping the ball? And I'm going to show you how. So if I set up here, I'm going to show you my weak grip. Can we get a close up on that grip right there, Lauren? Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm setting up, I have my thumb going straight down the top of the grip, which is intuitive. And then I have on my right hand, my trail hand, basically mirroring the top hand. And you can see my palms are both opposing each other. And you can't see really any of the logo on my glove when I do this. All right, this particular grip, I'm not going to get into it too much. This encourages an open club face. All right. If we want to hit the ball with a square club face or even a closed club face, we're going to strengthen our grip where I take my top hand, I get this little V, this line here going straight up to my right shoulder. When I look down, I can see 1, 2, maybe even 3 knuckles on that top hand. This makes it really easy to get the club face to close. All right, but let's get back to why is it that somebody with a weak grip tops it and feels like they're picking their head up? Here's why. Instinctively, I think people understand if they grip the club weak, they don't know they know it, but somewhere there they know it, their club face is going to be open. And so to square it, they like to kind of hang back and let the club head pass their hands this way to get the club face squaring or even closing. Okay? So if you take someone with a weak grip and you talk to them about getting their weight onto their front side, they're going to hit balls that are going to go off to the right. And that went off to the right. Okay, so the person I had in here today, he was shocked when he saw a video that showed him that his head never actually came up. And what his problem was that, one, he had an open club face, so his driver always went way to the right. And then secondly, when he hit shots, and he even said this to me actually, he said that he's very uncomfortable transferring his weight to his front foot so that his back heel comes up. And one of the reasons he's so uncomfortable doing it is that he insists on keeping his head down because somebody just told me I had to keep his head down. So here's what we're gonna do. One, don't even worry about keeping your head down. You don't have to be concerned about that. All right. 2, when we grip the club, put that nice, correct, slightly strong grip on the club. By the way, my bottom hand, the perfect way to put your bottom hand on the club is hold the club as if you were going to play golf with only your back hand. And instinctively, you're going to put your hand on so that the palm is matching up with the club face. All right, so I've got my top hand on here, I've got my bottom hand on here. Let's get this out of this divot. All right, and now I'm going to take a practice swing where I make sure I move my weight into my front side. And we tell the kids to tap their back toe just like that. All right, so I've got my nice grip, and I'm going to make sure I get weight into my front foot. Okay, and that was a nice solid shot. All right, so, boy, the number one thing that we see so many people do wrong in their fundamentals is they have a weak grip. And then the number one concept that we see people have wrong is, as far as what they're supposed to do in their golf swing, is they're trying to keep their head down. So don't worry about keeping your head down. Strengthen that grip. Your club face will be square, maybe even closed. You'll be incentivized to make better swings. You'll play better golf and you'll have more fun. I hope that helps, and I'll see you next time.